Hey, Ellie. All right, we're going to go over editing a couple of features within a patch. Right now, this is an empty patch. If I go to Edit, Patch, go to the loop on-off, you can see right now that nothing is set up. The only thing I'm going to turn on at this point is my volume pedal, which is actually the, and you can't see it in the picture here, it's the power boost. If I go back up one, go over to the loop structure, I'm going to move that to where it's supposed to be in the loop order. And that's between 4 and 5. My basic loop structure is the blues driver's in 1, the CS2 is in 2, the V3 muff is in 3, the G2 is in 4. Excuse me. The power boost is in the volume send return loop so that it can be always on. 5 is the flanger, 6 is the H9, 7 is the M5, and 8 is the delay. Right now it's the DD2. It should be the DD5 here in a little bit. So with that set, the power boost is the only thing that's on, and that's always on. So from there, what I'm going to do is build up or make a few changes to the some of the other features. Mostly the control expression for a toggle for loop 7. So right now, the one thing that I have done in advance is number 8. I've got that set to toggle between my input 1 and 2. So the first thing you have to do is make sure that number 8 function is set to off. What that does is within this patch, it disables switch number 8. From there, I'm going to go over to, I've got control. Actually, what we're going to do is I'm going to make sure my expression pedal is off. Assign 1. Right now, it's off. What I want that to do is turn that on. The source, we want it to be number 8, because that's switch number 8. We want it to be a toggle. For the Kate, we want in-out. Or Kate is category. So the category is in-out. So what that effectively has just done is number 8 now toggles my loop, or my input rather, on or off. And initially it's 1 would be, it defaults to 1, I can switch it to 2. So from there, that's now done. So I just hit display exit to back out of there. Assign 2, we want the LED for number 8 to come on when I do that. Turn, whoops, wrong one. Switch on. We want to change this to LED, or sorry, number 8. We want it to be a toggle, and we want the category to be LED. The target is going to be the number 8 LED. So what we've got now is the switch is active. It's switch number 8. It toggle. It's the LED in number 8. So with those two things assigned, anytime I'm in that loop, number 8's off, and I can go between my number 1 input and my number 2 input. Let's go back to the patch. What I'm going to do is build up a sound that would be, say, Darling James, just using that as an example. So for loops for Darling James, what I'm going to need is the blues driver. I'm going to use compression. We are going to want reverb, delay, and some flanger. So flanger is going to have to be on. We want the delay on, and we're going to use actually, I'm going to back up one. We're going to use a nice tape delay that I've got in the H9, and we're going to use reverb. So that's the basic patch. If I go back to the loop structure, I'm going to want my compressor first. So compression first, then the blues driver, etc., etc., etc. And I've got reverb after the delay. Don't worry too much about my controls right now. Control number 1 is actually my loop channel, my amp channel switching. In the off position, what that does is channel 1 is on, my clean channel is on. Control number 3 is my solo boost, and it is selected off right now. Their on-off is reversed for whatever reason on the Mesa. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm commanding Control 1 to give me my clean channel, and I'm commanding Control 3 to not turn on the amp solo boost. I do not want the expression pedal selected right now. And I believe it's not, but I'm going to go back and double check that in a second. We want input 1 initially. We do not want the input buffer turned on. The output buffer is on. And if I go to the output volume, I've got the gain set to 0, which is about where it should be for this one. So for MIDI patch 1, I'm going to go enter. We want channel 3 for the M9, for the M5. And we want, I think it's 6. Yeah. Which is my reverb. For MIDI 2, channel 2 for the H9. And that one number 7. So the basic structure is set up right now. I'm going to write that just so that those changes are done, just so I can confirm that it's doing what I want. And it is. So we've got hall reverb on the M5. We've got a tape delay with some nice modulation in on the H9. What I want when we go to the when I press the button the second time, I want to bring in the G2. So we go edit. This time we want control expression. Enter. Assign 1 and 2 are for the input. What I want is assign 3. Enter. We want the switch on. The source now is number 7. It again is a toggle. We want a loop, and we want to bring in loop 4. And that's it. All there is to it. So I'm going to rate that change. And we should be good to go. I forgot the LED. So one more thing we have to do. Again, edit, control expression, enter. For assign number 4, we have to turn on, I'm going to use the bank down LED as my warning that I've got this turned on. So turn it on. The source is number 7. It's a toggle. It's an LED. And it's the bank down LED. And we're done. hopefully that works for you. I'll play you some sounds in another video, but hopefully that solves the issue for you for toggles. Anyway, we'll talk to you later.